second experiment, interfacing ADC and DAC in embedded laboratory. Bug pins. Next, ADC program. In ADC we are going to see 3 program. In ADC we are going to see 1 program, and in DAC we are going to see 3 program. In ADC, hash include LPC214x.h is included, and they included studio.h library, and ADC valve is this variable is used for storing the value of analog to digital converted output, and this array of 16 is given in order to store the ADC value which we have read, and this data will be entered in the next line, so that they are included /r. Now void for producing some delay, so that we can view the output when we adjust the analog input, for which we have provided void delay function. UART initialization is given in order to transmit data, that is digital ADC converted output from the system from the LPC2148 kit to the computer, for which we have used pin selection for deciding transmission and reception, and UCLCR register for deciding 8 data bits and 1 stop bit, and UCDLR and UCLCR and VPBDIV is used for setting the clock frequency. Next, ADC initialization is done in this function void ADC initialization of. Here pin select 1 is used because we are going to use port 0.28 which belongs to the pin select 1. Therefore we are setting the particular pin to the value 1 because ADC is an input. ADC, from ADC we are going to read the output, so that we are giving it as a value 1. Next, ADCR will decide how many bit conversion should take place. Then void UCCR will write the analog to digital converted data into the UART, so that UART will transmit. For that, UART write function will first check the ULSR register 5th bit whether it is 1 or not. If it is 1, then it is empty, so that data will be transmitted to the UC0THR register, and it will transmit from the kit to the computer. Then void send string of will check whether all the characteristics which we written in the program or which we receive from the ADC are sent through the UART with incrementing the pointer address. The main function, we have first initialize the UART and we produce some delay. With that we are using ADC initialization function which indicate ADC CR0 not is equal to 0 cross 0 1, which indicates start of conversion. The conversion is a 10-bit conversion. Whether the conversion is complete or not, we have to check. Therefore, while ADC value and 0 cross 8 0 0 0 0 0 0 equal to 0, then ADC CR register we are going to check the bit whether the stop. Again we want to start or the conversion is stop. After the conversion is completed, the ADC value is right shift to 6 bit, and it is stored in the ADC, and the character is then displayed on the UART window. There is a formula for the ADC conversion. Analog input into 2n divided by V reference will give the digital output. Now we can adjust the port in the ADC, and we can see the output in the hyperterminal window. We can see the output in the hyperterminal window. Therefore, for the analog value 0 to 3.3 volt, we can get equivalent digital value in the hyperterminal window. This is obtained by the UART communication. Now we are going to see the explanation for DAC. For DAC, there are 4 waveforms we are going to generate. First, we are going to see the connection that the CRO positive probe should be connected to port 0.25 and negative probe should be connected to the ground. Program for DAC square wave generation. For square wave generation, we are given the program first including the main LPC214x library, then delay function is given, then in void main loop. For square wave generation, we have to make high for some time period, that is 0 cross 3 ff, and low for indicated by 0 cross xs, and the time period for which it should be high or low is given in ms delay of. Since this digital to analog converted value, it can be read by the DAC value at the DAC register at the 6th bit position. So we are shifting the DAC value by left shift of 6 times at both the high position as well as low position. Now this runs in the while of one loop, and therefore square wave will generate continuously and at the output. Next we are going to see the DAC program for sawtooth waveform generation. Similarly, LPC214x.h is included. In the main program, we have assigned DAC values to store the DAC output, and for loop we have assigned the I variable. VPB DIV is used to set the clock frequency. Pin select 1 is used because here we are using port 0.25 which belongs to the pin select 1, and here we are initializing it as a 1 because we are using it as an output port. Initially DAC value is equal to 0 cross 0, then while of 1 we are going to get sawtooth wave is going to increase from 0 and reach the maximum value of 3 ff, and then it comes to 0. In this manner it will goes on repeatedly, and the output is shifted to the 6th position because DACR value will save the value at the 6th place, so that it will read the data and it will store in the DCR register. Now we can see the output of the sawtooth waveform in the CRO. Similarly, DAC program for the triangular wave generation. For triangular wave generation, same main function is given with which select the frequency as well as pin select 1. DAC value is initialized with 0 0. In for loop, in triangular wave there are two edges. For rising slope 0 to 3 ff, and for falling slope 3 ff to 0. Therefore in for loop the condition is given in such a manner, and we are getting the output for the triangular wave generation. Next, for the square wave generation, we are giving an unsigned int sampling of the square wave input, and in the main program we are initializing the clock settings and initializing the pin select 1 and initializing port 0.25 as an input 4. Therefore 8 indicates 1 0 0 0 0. That means port 0.21 is initialized with the value 1 as an output port. DAC value is used for store the output value. It is initialized as 0 cross 0. Then while of 1, in order to get the sine wave, we continuously get 1 by 1 data and execute the 200 data 1 by 1 by left shifting with 6 positions, so that DACR register will read the value and produce the sine wave at the output. We have to take the reading of voltage as well as time period for all these 4 waveforms, and we can plot the graph. By this way we can see the experiment for DAC. Now we are going to see the Keil micro version software procedure for ADC. Now we are going to see the compilation procedure for ADC and DAC. Now open Keil micro version 4 window, click project and click new micro version project, and in any folder, say I am in MP, I have to create new folder, namely ADC Keil. I am saving the name ADC Keil. In this folder I have to click ADC Keil and give save. Now you have to see select NXP and choose LPC2148 and click OK. Then click yes. Target will be created. Now click file and click new. Then type the program and you can see whether any error is occur. In file, click save and save in the same folder. In MP I have created a folder name called ADC Keil. In ADC Keil I am going to save this program as ADC Keil.c. then give save. Now you can see that target window, you should right click and select options for target. In output you should click create hex file. In linker you should select use memory layout and give ok. Now expand the target. In source group you should right click and click options for the source group, so that you have to right click the source group and give add existing files to the source group, add adckl.c, then give close. Now you expand, you can see add kl.c, and now you can view the output by compilation. In project you have to give build target, then if some error means it will show the message, you can rectify the error and then you can once again compile. Now after the target file is created, you have to open the FlashMagick software. In the FlashMagick software you have to select the comport and select step 2 erase block data and select the hex file which you have created in the ADCKL, and now click start button in order to see the output. Now we are going to see the compilation procedure for the DAC. Now I have to open the KL micro version 4, give project and new micro version. New project and new micro version project. In the MP folder we have to create a new folder known as DACKL, and I click DACKL and choose DACKL as a file name and provide same. Now you have to choose the NXP founded by Felix family, and we have to click LPC 2148 and click OK. Click yes. Now we have seen that the target is created. In file, click new and paste the program. Now you can save the program file, save the program in the same folder, MP DACKL. I am saving the program in the DACKL.c. Now save the program. In target window, right click options for target, and in output create hex file. In linker you will click use options for target window, and in output click create hex file. In linker click use memory and give OK. Now expand the target, and in source group you should right click and click add existing files to the folder. Select the DACKL.c file and give add. Expand and now give close. Expand the source group. You can see the DACKL.c will be out. Now compile the project using click project and give build a target. Now hex file will be created with 0 error. Yeah. Now you can click the FlashMagick software and you can download the .hex file into the FlashMagick software. Using the FlashMagick software you can download it into the kit. Comport settings should be same. Step 2 erase, click erase block. In step 3 browse and choose that particular hex file. We have created the hex file in the folder dac.hex. Select that. In fourth option you should not select anything. In the fifth option you should click start button, and now the program will be downloaded into the kit. Before downloading the program into the kit, make sure that the port 0.25 is connected to the positive port of the CRO, and negative probe of the CRO should be connected to the ground pin in the kit, and make the switch 26 in the programming mode, that is in down position, and click reset button. After downloading the program into the kit, the FlashMagic will show programming finished, and now you can move the switch 26 to the upward position and click reset button, and you can see the output in the CRO. This is the program for the square wave generation. Similar program can be similarly we can do the program for the sine wave generation, triangular wave generation, and sawtooth waveform generation, and we can download the program using FlashMagic software, and I am showing the output for all these 4 experiments. Thank you. இன்டர்ஃபேஸ் கொடுத்துருப்பாங்க. இதான் வந்து போர்ட்டு ஏடிசி இன்புட் பின் கொடுக்குறதுக்காக. இதோட வோல்டேஜ் வந்து 0 to 3.3 வோல்ட் வரைக்கும் வேரி பண்ணிக்கலாம். சரியா, நம்ம இந்த போர்ட்டை யூஸ் பண்ணி நம்ம இந்த வோல்டேஜை வந்து வேரி பண்ணிக்கலாம் 0லேருந்து 3.3 வோல்ட் வரைக்கும். இப்போ இதை வேரி பண்ணி நம்ம வந்து ஈக்குவலண்ட்டான டெசிமல் வேல்யூ வந்து எவ்வளோ கிடைக்கிது அப்படின்னு சொல்லி நம்ம வந்து சிஸ்டமில் வந்து ஹைப்பர் டெர்மினல் விண்டோவில் அவுட்புட் பார்க்க போகிறோம். சரி, இது அனலாக் இன்புட். இதை நம்ம வேரி பண்ண டிஜிட்டல் இன்புட்க்கு ஈக்குவலண்ட்டான டெசிமல் வேல்யூ என்ன கிடைக்குது அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு நம்ம வந்து சிஸ்டமில் பார்க்க போகிறோம். இதுதான் வந்து நம்ம இப்போ பார்க்க போகிற எக்ஸ்பெரிமெண்ட்டோட அவுட்புட்டு. இதை வந்து நம்ம எப்படி பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு பார்ப்போம். we have to perform 2 connections. We have to connect the CRO positive probe to the port 0.25 and CRO negative probe to the ground, so that we can connect this in the kit. This is LPC2148 kit. You have already seen this in many experiment, and here there is a port 0.25. We have to connect this port 0.25 to the positive probe of the CRO. This is port 0.25. We have to connect this to the positive probe of the CRO. This is the positive probe of the CRO. Here is the CRO. We have to connect this to the positive probe of the CRO, and we have to connect the negative pin, that is ground, in the kit to the negative port of the CRO. Since I have connected this to the negative port of the CRO, that is black color probe, and now we have to set the kit in the programming mode. For that we have to make switch 26 in the programming mode, and we have to click the reset button. Now you can download the program in the kit and see the output. This kit. This is LPC2148 IC, which is an ARM processor family IC, and it has 40 pins. In the FlashMagic software, we have already selected the ttt.hex file, and now we have to download. Download can be done by click start button, then it shows programming the device and finished. Now the program is downloaded into the kit. We are downloaded the program into the kit from the PC through this RS-232 cable. This RS-232 cable is that is UART cable should be connected from the kit UART port to the UART port available in the CPU. You can see the triangular wave generation output. After loading the program into the kit, we can see the output in the CRO. Here the output varies from 00 to 0FF, and once again falls from FF to again 0. Therefore, it results in the generation of triangular wave. Okay students, this is the output for DAC. This analog to digital as well as digital to analog conversion process is very useful in various applications, because in real world we are getting analog signals from the environment, but for processing into the system we need to convert this analog into the digital, so that the processor can validate the input data and perform some process in order to give the useful information. Similarly, in order to human being to read the data, we should give the data in the form of analog. If the data are in terms of zeros and ones, we can't understand. So for that purpose, we need to convert the digital data into analog at the receiver side. For these two purposes, this analog to digital conversion as well as digital to analog conversion are interfaced along with this ARM processor. For various applications, this hardware can be used. Thank you, students. Now you can see the output for the DAC sine wave generation. This is the output for the sine wave generation using digital to analog converter. The main application of this digital to analog converter used in the ARM processor is in real world we are using we are getting all the signals as analog signal, but the system which we use for the human purpose needs a signal to be processed into the digital form. Therefore, we are in need of analog to digital conversion as well as digital to analog conversion. Suppose if we get the data from the system in form of digital, for the human understanding it should be converted into the analog. For that purpose, we are using digital to analog conversion. Using this digital to analog conversion process, we can convert the digital signal which is generated in the system into the analog signal which is understood by the human. Okay, thank you. We can see the next experiment afterwards. The program on the kit, we get square wave output as this in the CRO. We want to connect port 0.25 to the CRO positive probe and ground to the CRO negative probe. These two connections should be made. After that, we have to download the program into the kit by moving the switch into the program mode. After downloading, move the switch to the execution mode and see the output on the CRO. You get the output on the CRO like this. This is the output for square wave generation. Okay, next video la paapom.